Hello, Flosstube. How are you guys today? Today is Sunday, February 21st, 2021. It's been a few weeks. I think I recorded the last time on right around the New Year's. So it's been about 6 or 7 weeks. And I have gotten some stitching done, but not a lot. I've been sidetracked by other things, but that's okay too. So I've recently had some finishes though, one particular finish, and have some plans for some, started a piece, have some plans to start another couple pieces. So I thought, this is a good time to do another recording. This year has gone pretty fast already. Work has been staying extremely busy. I'm still work from home, and will be probably for a while. I don't know. Vaccine rollout in my state is a little slow, I think, like most states. And while I am in one of the higher tiers because of my asthma, there's not a projected date on that yet, spring. So I'm just staying home and putzing around, stitching, doing some other things, and waiting for spring. I'm on a countdown for the time change, the second weekend in March. Winter really starts to wear on me after a while. We've had some snow this past week that's finally melting away, not anywhere near the crazy weather that Texas has had, of course, but winter, typical weather for here. So for those of you in Texas, I hope everyone is doing better, starting to get better. I know some power is getting back on and you're waiting for water or under boil orders, a lot of you, but hopefully you're staying safe and warm and are getting what you need down there. So my thoughts are with you guys down there. But let's get going. I don't think this is going to be a long video, which is good. Mine never really are, but anyway, we'll start with a haul. I do have a little bit of haul. I signed up for Acorn Gathering in January through Acorns and Threads in Portland, Oregon. I was unable to participate, but I did get the package, which included this chart called Acorn Gathering, and from Frony Ritter Designs. I don't think I've ever seen anything from them before, but it's super cute. Been keeping in tradition of acorns or squirrels with Acorn Gathering. So, and super cute, these little squirrels down here with masks on. Anyway, it came with all of the supplies plus some finishing fabric as well to finish the pattern. So, new haul. That's it. I haven't been buying anything, which is not a bad thing. I have a lot of stuff. So, finishes. I'll start with this finish. If you'll remember in my last video, I did not finish the November and December little bits from Lizzie Kate. So on Wednesday night of this past week, I started November and I finished it Friday night. So we'll need to get that FFO'd. And once I finish December, I'm going to FFO them at the same time. So, and then my big finish though was this one. This is the Linens and Threads 2020 Stitch Along that I was 4 months behind on. And I finished it earlier this week. So this is Linens and Threads 2020 Friends and Family. I did not put any initials in other than mine in the wreath down below. I just didn't feel the need to, and so I didn't. This is on 36 count Winter Moon linen with Threadworks mint chocolate syrup thread. I did 1 thread over 2. Anyway, I love this. I love how it turned out. I'm glad that I'm done. I had the last 4 months to do, which really, the months themselves didn't go that bad, but I did feel like the last 4 months of the year were really heavy as opposed to the first 8 months of the year. It felt like it was more than a third of the pattern when it was all said and done. But either way, I love how it turned out, and glad to be done with it. So I don't know. Obviously, I'm going to frame it. I don't know if I'm going to try to take a swing at framing it. That's not a piece that I would have matted. I would just put it in an open frame. So I may take a swing at it, or I might have a frame. We'll see. I don't know. No hurry on that. So those are my two finishes since the last time I visited with you guys. I had no FFOs, though I have one I need to FFO. My Lizzie Kate ABC Halloween. I have the frame and everything. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So hopefully I'll get around to that here in the next few weeks, and get that taken care of too. Not that Halloween's that close, but I don't know, the way time goes around here, it's right around the corner, really, I guess. So I did have a new start. Well, I had a couple new starts. I started Friday night when I finished November. I started December. Little Lizzie Kate, a little bit of December. So, and I got all of the word done except for the big D. So these usually take me to max 3 nights. So I'm not that's hopefully a finish. If not today, then tomorrow or Tuesday at the latest. So just depending on what I do today. Yesterday I didn't stitch at all, because I got distracted by something else, but we'll see if I can not be distracted by that today. So, but I did have another start last weekend. Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, started a sal for Lila Studio Halloween Quaker. And I've had this chart kitted for a while. I got it charted, or not charted, excuse me, kitted. I got it kitted from Beach Cottage Stitchers, I think, is where I got it kitted from. And I've had it for probably a couple years, honestly. I've had it for a while. But anyway, I am going to stick with all of the called for. So it came with a piece of 40 count. Picture this plus murky fabric. And that's my start. We had about a 2-hour and 15-minute Zoom last weekend, and that was my start. I'm gonna use all of the called for fibers, they're classic colorworks, except for I have switched out the bamboo for this DMC E940. And this is glow in the dark. So the moon, the ghost, and the spider web, at least, will be switched out. And probably the little white stuff on the house too. Probably anywhere there's white. So will be switched out and be glow in the dark. So I'm super excited about that. She's doing a Zoom sal, is what Michelle Bendy is doing. And the last one was last weekend. You can still sign up if you go to her YouTube or her Flosstube. You can sign up. There's a Google form, and she'll email out the information. Her plan is to do 1 or 2 Saturdays a month for the Zoom sal. There's a hashtag on Instagram. It's hashtag Halloween Quaker Zoom sal. And our first one was last weekend. There was about 25 of us there. And so hopefully that'll continue. The next one is for next Saturday. She's doing them, I believe, at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So whatever time that is in your time zone. We did have, we had people from all time zones in the United States, of course. And then we did have at least one person, if not 2 people from UK. And if you're in Australia, that would be the next morning. It would be Sunday morning, but in Sydney, it would be somewhere around 8 o'clock your time. So it would definitely be doable if you were to want to join us. But if you do want to join us, go to Michelle Bendy's Flosstube, and I believe the information is probably in her notes. But it's just a Google form to fill out, and she'll email you. So anyway, so that was fun. So that's a low pressure sal for me. I don't know. I kind of jumped on board because I knew I had it kitted and I loved it. And I knew that I was going to be done with this other Quaker sow pretty quickly. So I like Quakers. I like stitching on Quakers, and this is kind of a little bit of a different style Quaker. So I thought I'm just going to do it. If I get it done by Halloween, great. If not, no pressure. I may only stitch on it during the Zooms. We'll see. It just kind of depends on what I get going on my other whips and what other starts I make as well. So I kind of want to try to, like the first half of this year, kind of really push through my current whips and get it down to where it's simply like my Hade, which obviously is not going to get finished anytime soon. I haven't even worked on that in like 20 months, which is really a problem. I really want to try to make a concerted effort to work on it at least every month. Missed in January. Not looking good for February. So we'll see. But I have 8 or 9 other whips. You guys saw my whip parade last month. Some of that stuff is not that old. It's maybe a year or 2 old, but I just want to get it done and get it off my plate. So to that end, that leads into one of my plans. So once I get done with this December, Lizzie Kate, December is my priority. I'm going to roll into one of those whips. And it was between Satsuma's Pretty Little London, Knee High, what was that? Hands-on Designs. And then More Chocolate Bunnies, Hands-on Designs. And I decided my next whip to knock out would be More Chocolate Bunnies by Hands-on Designs, because Easter's coming up and I might legitimately can get this done before Easter. I'm not exactly sure where Easter falls this year, to be honest. Did we just go through Mardi Gras in theory? So 40 days from now. So beginning of April-ish, somewhere in there. So I can easily get this done. This is where I'm at. I'm stitching this on 32 count Aspen linen, which may be the called for. Yeah, it is. It's the called for linen. And I'm using the Sulkies, the Sulky pack. So this is where I'm at. So I've got More Chocolate Bunnies already stitched. I got over half. I got 4 of the carrot tops done. So there's only 3 more to go, plus the carrots down at the bottom, of course. And then Life Needs above More, and then the bunnies at the top. So that's easily completable by Easter. I just don't know how I'm going to finish it. I really think this is a cute finish that they did, kind of on a clipboard type situation. I don't know. Maybe if I can find a frame, I don't know. We'll see. But that's going to be this is my next whip to concentrate on. And then at that point, I need to get to that mermaid. I need to just beat her and be done with her. So maybe I'll work on that next. I don't know. Or maybe I'll go to Satsuma, or I don't know. Whatever floats my boat at that point. So I'm kind of trying to knock them out in the order in which I think I can get them finished quickest. So, because it's satisfying, of course, to have a finish. So we'll see. Honestly, the beating of Med Mermaid would not take me horribly long if I would just sit down and do it. You know how that goes. Anyway, so More Chocolate Bunnies is going to be next. And then I actually am planning on 2 starts, because why not? The first one was unplanned, but let me see how I can show this without showing the chart. This was a freebie by Mathews that came in her newsletter this past week or 2, always. So if you sign up for her newsletter, this was a download, and I love it. This was inspired by Yonder and Flowers Always. When I think of this, when I look at this, I think of Harry Potter and Snape and Lily. So I love it. I'm going to stitch this. And she stitched it with Gast. It looks like Brother in Blue. I don't know. I'll just pick something from my stash. Probably an overdyed, so as to get the that look. But Anyway, I'm going to stitch this. This will be a really super quick finish though, a quick small. So this will be a small that I work on at some point, probably in the middle of everything. And then the other start that I'm going to hopefully start still in February. My friend Sandy, hi Sandy, she wants to stitch on this. She plans on stitching on this, and I had bought it. It's all kitted. And so I told her that I would sal with her this year. I don't know that I'll get it done this year, although there's 11 parts to it. So in theory I could if I did one a month, but I don't want to put a ton of pressure on it. But Snow Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I'm going to stitch that on this 20 count Aida. Now, this is remarkable because I don't stitch on Aida, but I saw Fat Quarter she had stitched it on this fabric, and I loved the way that it looked on this petty point. And so I had to, but it's super stiff. I'm not going to be thrilled with it, but I think I'll like the way it looks when it's done. So this will be a new start maybe this week with Sandy. I think Sandy's starting it this week as well. So we'll see. We'll see how that falls out. But I am going to start that at some point in the next couple weeks. So other than that, that's about all I've got going. Like I said, I'm not stitching fast necessarily or consistently every day. But I have picked up in the last couple weeks, which is good. I made the mistake of downloading Best Fiends on my phone, and literally did nothing but that yesterday. That's a horribly addicting game. So I'm hoping that wears off pretty quickly so that I can get back to doing other things. But anyway, first order of business, December, and then roll into more chocolate bunnies, and then maybe a new start thrown in there. So anyway, that's about all I got going on stitching wise. Same old with everything else. Like I said, working from home, no plans to go back into the office anytime soon. Mostly just staying home, running errands once every 2 weeks. I'll probably see my parents at some point this spring. They've gotten their first vaccination, so that's good. And with their plans of getting their second in the next couple weeks. So glad for them. And other than that, just hanging tight. I hope you guys are all doing well. For those again in Texas, I hope you're staying safe and warm and have food and water that you need. And everyone else, hope you're doing great. And I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.